Hello. Hello, Facebook family. Guess who's back? Yes, I'm back. Today is Monday. Money making Monday. Woo, 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 woo. Money making Monday. And we are here, the SimLoH Dynasty Village. We're here today for our what? Monday virtual fundraiser. I told you all I will be on every Mondays and Fridays. Yes, I am here. So share, share, share. Share this, share this, share this. We had such a wonderful, wonderful day on Friday. Oh my God. If you missed it, you must go back for our conversations on Friday. Every Mondays and Fridays, join the SimLoH Dynasty Inc. nonprofit as we hold our Monday and Friday virtual fundraiser with conversation. Yes, guess what we're conversing about? ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. But not just talking about the trauma, but talking about how resilient we can be through our traumas. So, welcome. I am Lorene Price Henderson, and I am your host for today. I am also the founder, one of the founders, alongside of my husband, Simeon Henderson, and CEO of SimLoH Dynasty, Inc. SimLoH Dynasty, Inc. goal, our mission, our purpose, our calling is to bring awareness to ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, trauma a child has received between the ages of 0 to 18 years old. Trauma between the ages of 0, meaning the womb, to 18 years old. Welcome, welcome, welcome as we bring awareness to ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. Today, we have a special guest. Yes, we have a special guest today. God has just been so good to me. He's been sending people in my life that is willing to share their stories, willing to share how resilient they have been throughout their life with dealing with childhood trauma. Let me see. I see. Hey, Deb. Thank you for being on the show Friday. Awesome reviews. Awesome reviews. So share this, you all, with someone. And I promise you, they will be not only blessed, but they would receive awareness. They will also receive help. They will also receive knowledge and wisdom in regards to not just ACEs, but also dealing with ACEs and becoming resilient. So I am so excited to introduce our guest for the evening. Her name is Regina Queen. And Regina, you all know how I do it. Regina is going to introduce herself and tell us about what she does and who she is. And so I am going to introduce to you all right now, Regina Queen. Woo! Woo! Hi, Regina.
Okay. Can you
Hi. Yes.
Hey, Lorene.
How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Great. Thank you for being on the show with me tonight.
It's my pleasure.
Wonderful. I'm so excited. So relax because this is just
I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed.
Okay. We're just having conversations about ACEs and resilience. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm Regina, and as you all know, Regina means queen. I've been calling myself queen since I was probably 12 years old when I found out what the meaning of Regina is. Regina leader, or queen. I am a business consultant. I am the owner and operator of Queen's Business Development and Consulting Firm. And I am also the co founder of Women of Valor Empowerment Group, myself with my business partner, sister, and friend, Quinn. We
So y'all
empower.
got queen and queen, huh?
Yeah. Queen and Quinn.
Okay.
We basically, I mean, it speaks for itself. We empower women, women that have gone through some of the things that we've gone through. We connect them with different people. We give them resources to help them go through what they're going through. And, you know, we we just help them along the way, in whatever way we can. We have different events. Maybe we'll walk, maybe we'll just have like a powwow session or brunch or different things. So that's what we do with that.
Okay. Awesome. 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 I hear some kids in the back. Are you a mother?
I am a mother. I am a mother of three.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not a single mother because I have a village.
All right now.
I have different people like Lorene and Quinn and different family members around me that influence my children in different ways. So I never call myself a single mother. I was married. My husband passed away 8 years ago. And, God just placed a lot of really good people in my life along the way that where I don't really have to worry about a lot, because if I can't teach them something, maybe Lorene can teach them. Maybe her husband, maybe, a neighbor or a friend that I trust that God placed in our life. So, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. 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 You all, I'm going to share a little story with you about how Regina and I met. Okay. I relocated to Georgia 5 years ago in August. And we stayed in a townhouse that was on the end. So, of course, all the traffic goes by your house, right? All the kids play right there in your yard, right? And so, in the midst of it, my son at the time when we moved here was 4, going on 5 the next year. And some little kids, little boys, she has 3 children, 2 boys that are 11 months apart. Yeah, they're 11 months apart. So,
God blessed me.
yeah. And then she has so the boys are the same age frame as my son. And so her daughter is now 15 years old. And so, but at the time, they were all little kids. And so these kids always played around my house. And I mean, literally, they would stay at our door and, can Lauren come out? And, they were busy, for little kids. So after a year of me living there,
It took a year.
it was a year. It was a year.
Yeah.
After a year of us living there, the Lord put it on my heart that, okay, I've been seeing these little boys for a year. Who is their mother? I didn't know who the mother was. I never saw the mother. I never saw a parent. I never saw a father. I was just like, I need to find out. And I think they had shared that their father had passed. So I knew that there wasn't a father at the time. And so it just was on me. Like, I like to meet people's parents. These kids out here every day playing with my son. I need to see who their parents are.
Hold on. Let me interject.
Okay.
I'm a good mom.
No,
I have a village.
I'm going.
I got a village.
Yeah.
So everybody in the neighborhood knew me and knew the kids.
Everybody else did but us. Okay? But I wanted to know her. Okay. So she's an awesome mother. That's why she's on here today. And so in the midst of that, I called one of the kids over and I said, hey, boy, I said, take your mother my telephone number, because that's what we do. I don't know where I know my mother knew everybody in the neighborhood. And so I wanted to know too who my kid was playing with. So they took the number to their mother. I said, tell her to call me. So they took the telephone number to their mother, and the mother called me. And we must have stayed on the phone almost 2 hours, if not more,
It was a
talking.
Sunday, I remember,
It was a
because we were
Sunday.
talking about the sermon T.D. Jakes
Oh,
had just
wow.
preached. I
Okay.
remember that, and I was cooking roast.
Well, in the midst of that, we end up becoming each other's village because I came here without a village, and so I have one of my best friends from college, but she stays way on the other end of Georgia, and I was living on another end, and so I had no village. So I was interested in these wonderful, beautiful boys who used to play with my kid, to find out, like, man, these some nice kids, but I don't know who their parent is. And so, and I wasn't struck to be learning dealing with nobody else's parents, okay? But we end up really clicking pretty good. And so she looked out for me, and I've been looking out for her. And that's the way it's been these past 4 years of us knowing each other, okay? And so that's how we met. All right, all right, all right, all right. So in the midst of it, we've learned about each other's stories and our traumas and our ups, our downs, and we've had a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but to God be the glory, we have made it. And
Yes.
so, you all, again, you know why we're here? It's because we're talking about being resilient in the midst of dealing with trauma. If you missed my show on Friday, you got to go back. You got to go back and listen to the show. Missed it on last Monday, go back and listen to the show. You'll learn a lot. You'll learn a lot about ACEs. And we're here also because we're promoting, we need help. And we will be giving the Valerie A. Howard Scholarship out to 5 students, $5,000 to 5 students that are enrolled in their first year of college and who have lost a parent due to incarceration, death, mental health, and substance abuse. So again, we need your help, and we need for you to donate. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put that link up for you so that you're able to give and sow into someone's life. That would be an awesome, awesome, awesome gift to be able to award a student who has shown themselves resilient due to the loss of a loved one, a parent, a guardian, due to death, mental health, incarceration, or substance abuse. Okay. So I'm asking that you donate. It's down at the bottom. Donate, donate, donate. You can go to our website at SimLoHDynasty.com or org. Either one. You won't miss us. We're there. You can cash app us at $sign Dynasty, or you can zell us at give@simlohdynasty.org. Okay? I promise you, your funds will go to great use. So, getting back to my sister here, Gina, I would like for you to share. And Gina, you all didn't tell y'all that she was a vet. She's a veteran. Yes, she's a veteran. I know she look young, but she's not old either. But she's a millennial. All right. But Gina is going to share with you all her story of resilience and dealing with trauma in her 0 to 18 years of age. Take it away, girl.
I just turned 38 in October 29th. Man, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. I was born to a 16-year-old mom, and my dad was in his 20s. My mom and my grandma, from what I was told from my grandma and my mom and my dad, that my grandma lied and said my mom was older. And my mom. Well, I mean, okay, that sounds bad, but back then the age wasn't really a thing or whatever. But anyway, my mom, she was young. She had me young, and she still had a desire to be in the streets. It was in the 80s, and like a lot of people in the 80s, she got caught up in the crack epidemic. So after I was born, that's when she started dibbling and dabbling in it. And you know, it took over her life. And I was being raised while she was in the streets doing that. I was being raised by my grandmother, her mother, my dad, and his mom. You know, I lived half of the time with my grandma, the other half with my dad. You know, once I got out of control, you know,
What do you mean out of control?
I was rebellious
And
because
did you live with your mom?
with my grandma,
Oh, with your
with
grandma.
my grandma, I was rebellious because I had so much anger and so much, I was so angry. I was jealous. I was all kinds of things because I would see people with their mom and everything. And I couldn't understand why she just couldn't leave it alone and be with me and my sister.
Okay.
And, and all the people who were close to me, I would rebel against them and, their direction and everything. But one of the things my grandmother did was she was like, no matter what, you're going to know who God is. And so I'm like, she had either my mom's mom, we called her Nanny, she would have us in church, or my grandma would have me in church. And I just wanted to be with my mom. I just wanted to be with my mom. I didn't want, them exposing me to all the other people and everything. But later on, I realized everybody, although I didn't have a mom, the ladies at church, they stepped in and they were a village to my grandma's, to my dad, and I didn't even realize it. They were teaching me stuff. And so I realized that once I became an adult and I started doing some of the things that those ladies would teach me, but I didn't realize that, it stuck, I know I'm all over the place, but yeah, that was, I think I'm nervous.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, it's okay. So you said your grandmother and your father raised you.
Yeah.
But your father was your primary parent.
Yeah.
Okay.
My
And
dad.
so, yeah, your dad was your primary parent. And so, what age were you again when you end up living with him?
With my dad, I was about 14 or 15.
Mhm.
That's when I got to the point where I was so out of control that my grandma couldn't deal with me anymore.
Okay.
And it wasn't to the point where I was out of control at school. It was home. I was disrespectful to everybody. But it was like I was so angry,
Right.
because I'm like,
Dealing
everybody.
with a parent that dealt with substance abuse.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, why, I went all these years without even seeing her, and I couldn't understand, like, what in the world is going on? Why is she not here? Why she can't just stop doing the drugs and just come take care of myself and my sister? And it just had me worrying about her and everything. And then I started trying to learn about different drugs and everything, not to experiment with them, but to learn about them. And, I thought I was going to come up with a cure to, for people that were, addicted to drugs and everything. And this was me and my childlike mind. But, I ended up, I had to, probably in my early 20s, when I became a mom, that's when I finally forgave her. And although it's been over 30 years and she's still in the streets, I've forgiven her, and
but when it came to your youth, you had a hard time.
Yeah,
So
I had a hard time.
You lived with your dad, at 14, 15.
14
14, then
through
from there to
graduation.
graduation.
Hmm.
Now, when you graduated, what happened after that?
I graduated. I joined the military because I was like, listen, I'm getting away from all y'all trying to tell me what to do. I did it I did it because somebody told me I wouldn't be able to do it. I did it because someone told me I would be like my mom. And I did it to get away from everybody.
Mm.
You know, um,
So you dealing with your aces pushed you more into, even though you had your dad, you had your grandmother, but you had the church, but yet you had a lot of naysayers.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
those naysayers said you wouldn't be anything, right?
Hmm.
You wouldn't be nobody. So your aces, adverse childhood experiences, excuse me, your aces drove you to your point of resilience.
Yes, yes. Um, yeah, I was determined to make everybody eat their words.
Hmm. And
So
and again, you all, we're talking about ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, trauma that a child receives between the ages of 0 through 18. And we're talking to Regina Queen because she is a woman who has shown herself resilient throughout this process of dealing with childhood trauma. And so here on the SimLoH Dynasty page, or if you're on my page, Lorene P. Henderson page, then you are listening to conversations about ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. And our goal is today is to bring awareness, bring resources, while also um, asking your help to help fund the Valerie A. Howard Scholarship, Resilience Scholarship. And this award we will be granting, excuse me, we will be granting to 5 students who have enrolled into their first year of college. Okay. And they will receive $5,000 apiece. So I'm asking you all's help. And so we're here having conversations with my sister, my little sis, okay, Regina Queen, because y'all, she gonna tell me, Queen, she'll answer for Queen, because she is a what? She is a queen. All
clean.
right. So your story has taken you from dealing with a parent that has deals with substance abuse issue, and still to this day, your grandmother taking care of you, being a parent, your father taking care of you, being a parent, a caregiver, um, to you transitioning into the military
Hmm.
because of your naysayers said you wasn't gonna be anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the process of that, how was that experience?
I got a wake up
And what
call.
part? What part? You're in the Navy, right? Navy.
Yeah.
I know that. They don't.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes. When I got to boot camp, I got a wake up call. They were like, hey, they were doing what they call beating you, right? It wasn't actually beating. You're doing push ups until the walls sweat. Of course, the walls don't sweat. You do. Or until they get tired. They don't get tired because they're not doing anything. So basically, you're doing push ups until you can't do nothing else.
Mhm.
And they said, you didn't join the military for a free education to travel around the world. You're supposed to be here to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and all and protect. And they started saying all this stuff. They were like, and they were saying all this stuff, and I was like, what in the world did I get myself into? But during that time, they taught us so much, and I found myself in the middle of the night crying, not because I was scared, but because I finally got a wake up call on how I treated everybody. And so while I was in boot camp, I wrote everybody. And I told I apologized to everybody, to my grandma, my dad, aunties, uncles, anybody I disrespected. during my time growing up, I apologized to them, and I felt I can see myself changing during boot camp. Not only that, when I got home, my family could see it too.
Mhm.
Um,
How old were you then?
I
When
was
you were
I
able?
joined at 18,
Mhm.
and
So
so
you joined at 18 and hadn't even dealt with the issues that you were dealing with from, and then they were still there because your mother really hadn't changed,
mhm.
or been healed at the time. And of course, she had aces that carry her into where she was. And so you're dealing with now going to the Navy after dealing with childhood trauma. And I know you got married, had a baby, right? And then it's like life happened.
I got married, I had a baby, still not dealing with what I had gone through, and that affected me in my marriage. It affected me when I had my baby. Then I decided to start counseling,
Okay.
but I quit. So I really didn't even scratch the surface. It was so hard. The first session, I was like, oh, I can't do this. And I didn't want to do it anymore. I was like, no, it's okay. I'm just gonna do better than what she did. Or I'm just gonna try my best to be a great mom. But
Mhm.
I still didn't heal from it. And so yeah, I went on, served my time, got out of the military, got divorced. And in this in the time of me getting a divorce, the woman who raised me, my grandmother, was diagnosed with stage 4 kidney cancer. Not kidney cancer, bladder cancer. And so I'm going through a divorce. I went through a divorce in a matter of 3 years. Went through a divorce. My grandma's dying. I met a man, had 2 babies back to back. All of that in 3 years, a 3-year time frame.
Mhm.
And then he died. So that was a whole lot. And I was still, I still wasn't really healed or healing or even really doing anything. I just got hurt on top of hurt.
Mhm.
And when that happened, it threw me off. I went into a deep depression. I couldn't do anything. I went through homelessness. Um,
Let's talk about that. What was that experience like, being that now you have 3 children and now you're homeless? And what were their ages at the time?
they were 2 and 3, and my daughter was 7. But
Okay.
the thing is, my family didn't know.
All
So if they watching this will be really their first time ever knowing.
right.
My family didn't know. It was a short amount of time. And I remember my dad. I went home, and I asked my dad for like money for the hotel for the week, for a hotel for the week. He didn't know. I just asked him like, I need $600. And he was like, okay. He went to the ATM machine. He gave it to me. I asked him again. He was like, are you on drugs? I was like, no. He was like, okay. And he gave it to me again.
Mhm.
And, I'm going through all this, and I'm just like, Lord, you gave me these kids. You giving me my life. Like, and I know what your word says. You'll never leave me nor forsake me. What's going on? You know,
Mhm.
what am I doing wrong? That's when I started. I watched that movie, War Room, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm about to make me a war room. I took
Okay.
everything out my closet. I put scriptures on sticky notes on the wall. I put positive words of affirmation. I just
You
everything.
pressed. You pressed.
I pray every morning.
You
At
made a decision to be resilient.
Yeah, because it
Hmm.
was like I was just so depressed. I had to get out of that,
Hmm.
you know.
So let me ask you this: did you ever, at some point, start back counseling?
Yeah, I started counseling again that year.
Hmm.
I dealt with, and I started dealing with myself um, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. I started counseling and, getting back in the word and everything because I was running from God too.
Okay.
I
Okay.
was running. And things started changing. Everything started changing. It wasn't like, you know, to the level I'm at now,
Mm-hmm.
but I was happy again. I wasn't missing. It's times out of my children's lives. My daughter say, "You remember this?" I don't remember because I was in such a dark place.
Right.
You know, I don't know what was going on. It was days, weeks where I couldn't even get out of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I started counseling and I started doing the work and got back in the word and everything, and things started changing for me. And probably like 2 years after that, yeah, 2 years after that, that's when I met you.
Okay.
Um yeah, oh, to help me find a place, because I'm a veteran, I went through a homeless veteran program the
Yeah, we'll
whole
talk
time.
about that later.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll talk about
okay,
that later. Yeah, so this is awesome. I just wanted you all to hear the conversations that we're having tonight. And the conversation is about ACEs and how Regina Queen has shown how she has gone through the trauma of a child, but end up as an adult being resilient through her traumas. And so our goal is to the SimLoH Dynasty Inc. Our goal is to bring awareness to ACEs, which is adverse childhood experiences, and resources that will help us into a better us, our children into a better who they are, But if there's no healing within the adult system, parents, counselors, teachers, caregivers to children, then how can we not pass that on? You get what I'm saying? So let's do better. Let's do better. And so that's our goal for today, is to bring conversations and real life stories about people's struggles as children. Okay. We're trying to save the children. We're going to save the children. Do you hear me? We're going to save the children. And so I know that I'm going to share with y'all, when I met Regina's kids, I just always felt, because I'm a villager. I'm a villager. And I just felt like they need a village, you know? And I didn't wait on her to call to see if she needed a village. The village came to her, or another piece of the village. You get what I'm saying? I mean, she had other villagers, but in the season that we met, I was a different villager. Okay. And she was a villager for me. It works hand in hand. We scratch each other backs. You know what I'm saying? It's not a one-way cycle. But we're here today to discuss trauma, but also how you can become resilient. And in that becoming resilient, we as resilient people would love to give to the Valerie A. Howard Resilient Scholarship Fund. And you can do that by any way means that's going across the bottom of your screen. Donate. You can go on our website, you can go to Cash App, or you can Zelle us. Okay. And soon to come will be Text to Give. All right. Yeah, I'm coming at you. I'm coming at you. We will award 5 first time students in their first semester of college who have lost a parent due to I'm so sorry, due to substance abuse, mental health issues, incarceration, or have lost a parent due to death. Okay. Now let's get to the good part. That was all chummy, and we unheard bad things that happened in Regina's life. Let's talk about some of the great things that have happened in your life that has helped you more and more into your resiliency. Like, I know you said you are a veteran. You are a veteran, always a veteran. And I want to share a story with you all. I tried to upload this video, but it won't come in. But I'm going to put the link so that you can take some time and see it for yourself. But I'm going to share this wonderful story with you. About 3 years ago, uh, Regina and I were always talking about, man, because we both were looking for homes at the time. Okay. I was moving out of the apartment, leaving from over where we stayed, into we wanted to rent a house because we were still trying to get to know Georgia. And so I remember telling my landlord, we're going to do a 2-year lease because once I leave here, I'm going into my house. Right. So that same year that we moved, Regina and I was just talking. And I was like, man, you are so fit to be a part of those programs that bless single women, which she says she's not single because she got a village, but we know the single women with kids and doing well, one of them houses, right? Used to always say that, And every time something come out, I'll say, you know what, Janie, you need to fill out this paperwork. You're a vet. And I used to just think because she was young, she was slothful, no oomph underneath her about doing this kind of stuff. I did. Yeah. So, in the midst of all of that, time has gone by, and I've always, how you have something just on your heart that you want something special to happen to somebody in your life. You just want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? And she was just that person that I thought fit into this category. Well, Lord behold, y'all know we just got over, we just celebrated Veterans Day, right? And Regina is a veteran. And y'all wouldn't believe what happened to Regina. Tell them what happened, Regina.
I have been looking for a home. This market is crucial. It is hard. I tried last year to no avail. This year in April, I qualified for the price that I wanted. I saved, got everything to where it needs to be, and I started building a home. And look, let me tell you something. I believe God gonna bless you how He want to bless you, but I do ask, and I'm very specific with my asking. Like I have a relationship with God, and I talk to Him like I talk to you. And so I asked Him a couple of things, and it was some crazy stuff I was asking Him for. But
let's go back to you got approved for the home. You started building the house. You were getting ready for closing, and what happened?
First I'm gonna tell you. Oh, getting ready for closing. A month before closing, the builder told me, "Oh, we're gonna cancel your contract," and I was tore up about it. Not because of the house, but because every day during the process of the house being built, I'm taking my kids 40 minutes, driving 40 minutes, looking at the land. We doing all kinds of stuff. Once the builders were leaving, we did this almost every day to the point where they got tired of going and I was going by myself. Well, one morning I'm headed there, and my real estate agent, who is also my business partner, Quinn, she called me and she was like, "Gina, what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm driving. I'm going to the house." She was like, "I need you to pull over." And she said, "They canceled your contract." And I was like, what? And I was mad, but I said, Lord, if this not your will for me to have this house, I don't want it. But I was still mad though. I'm gonna be honest, I was, because I was mad at the fact that
it's natural. It's natural. It was a month before you get ready to move in, and you watch the house be built.
Yeah, a month before. I'm thinking, okay, this is my house.
So what happened once that happened? Because I see you in a house right now, right? So what happened after that?
Found a house.
Y'all,
Went
she
through
was
the
distraught over that other house. She was
I
distraught.
was, but it was quick though.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. It
called
was real quick.
Lorene. Lorene was like, "You ain't even want that." Y'all, if you know Lorene, you know her mouth. You ain't even want that. Ain't even the house you said you wanted anyway. You wanted this. She just going on and on. I was like, "You right? Okay." I just didn't know how I was going to tell my children. I told my children, and they were like, "Okay."
Mm-hmm.
They were cool with it, and so I
Yeah.
was like, "Okay."
And I said, be still.
You
Be
said be
still.
still.
I said, just be still. It'll be okay. Just take your time and go look for another house. So what happened?
Look for another house. It was a couple of weeks. Every time we put an offer in, somebody was coming with cash. They was paying for these houses with cash, and I'm like, what in the world?
Housing market crazy.
Crazy! Like, who in the world got cash like that to be buying a house?
Mm-hmm.
But some people do. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
um,
So
we found
I'm gonna help Gina along. So in the process, in the process, she finally found a home. Okay.
right before closing, I was asked to do a survey for a home. I mean, not a survey, a review on Veterans United because they're the ones who I went through the loan process with. And so I was like, I'm working still through counseling. And one of the things in counseling is sometimes if you don't see any harm in something, just go with the flow. So I was like, okay, I'll do a review. I did the review. I was talking to somebody on the phone. They called to do a review. So I gave them an honest review on everything. Then they were like, can we talk to you again the next day? And we're going to do a Zoom call and there'll be a couple of us on there. I talked to them the next day. They were like, we're going to give you $100 gift card. I was like, okay. So they did that and they asked about my community service and everything. And so I volunteered with a couple of different organizations. And one of the things that they really liked was the fact that I managed my son's football team. They're both on the same football team. So I'm the manager / team mom. So they're asking me a lot about that. It's still not clicking. I'm not asking any questions. I'm just going with the flow. One of my friends was like, make sure it ain't a scam. Ask your loan
He had
officer.
signed him up to talk to us, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And so to make a long story short, they wanted to do a docu-series with me. And during the docu-series, they were honestly, I wanted to do it for a review and for it to, because I was told that any of the organizations that I volunteer at with, they'll donate money to them. So I'm like, yeah, cool, okay. I was okay with doing it, but I was going through closing at the time, and you know how stressful closing can be. But during the week of closing, none of the stuff that was going on was adding up. My loan officer was like, "Oh, we can make it where you don't have to pay any closing costs," and I'm like, "This stuff don't make sense." But okay, you know how they were saying it. But I'm like, okay, I trust him. But most
and you
important,
all, she is not this easy going. Okay, so
no.
don't say anything. She always trying to deeply dissect, and I'm just like, girl, you too.
I'm an overanalyzer, and
Yeah,
that's what I've
yeah,
been going through with counseling to stop doing that
yeah.
and just let things flow. So, obviously counseling working a little bit.
So
But
now you
anyway,
closed. Now you closed.
so now I'm closed. Even
Yeah,
closing day, it was long, drawn out. It was weird.
yeah. She was complaining
It's
about that. She was like, this was the longest because you all, she's had a house before when she was younger.
When I
So
was 23, I bought
yeah,
my first house, and closing went by
yeah,
like that. But
yeah.
we're sitting in here for a long time. Well, anyway, it's time to film this docu-series the following week. Mind you, the scout is with me, following me, and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, for a 15-second clip? I didn't understand it, but I didn't trip. Anyway, the next week, we're filming. We go into a tailgate for the football team. And they get around me, and I'm thinking it was like right by my birthday, so I'm thinking they're about to sing happy birthday to me or something. And then they say, well, Regina, she works in a community, she just bought a house. They asking me questions about it, and then they were like, well, Veterans United, because you're a veteran, you work in your community, they bought your house and they're giving it to you free of charge. And all I know is the food that I was eating, it was on the ground. I was up running around the field praising God for whom all blessings flow.
Okay,
And
hold
I
on. I
was
don't know if they heard you because it should be some hearts and everything just flowing. Because what she just said was that Veterans United had paid off her home.
So Veterans United paid off my home. They told me that in a field, it was probably 1,000 people there. But I didn't care. I'm running around. I'm praising God. I don't know what was going on. Somebody probably got slung. I'm on the ground, just boo-hoo crying. Because I never had to pay not one mortgage payment. This house that the house that God led us to, in they paid for it for myself and my family.
Mhm.
And when I said I asked God for crazy things, I asked him, I was like, Lord, make it where I don't have to pay a student loan. I have my master's degree,
Yeah, that's another
and
thing.
I had $86,000 in student loan debt, and it was still under deferment. 2 months ago, that was wiped clean. My home wiped clean. Nothing, never, nothing. I didn't even have to, like I said, I didn't have closing costs. That was another thing I asked God for. And I'm just asking stuff, you know.
And
And
so you are. We're just sharing again. We're having conversations today, and our conversations about ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, but and the awareness that needs to be put out there about so that people can get resources to get help. Regina is a product of ACEs. We all are some sort of a product of ACEs to some extent. Different levels though. I don't know what it is to deal with a parent that has addiction issues. I don't know. So that's why she is here today to tell her story. But we are coming out of our stories resilient. Okay. And Regina has just shared in her resiliency story that, man, she is a veteran where United Veterans,
Veterans United,
I'm sorry, say it again.
Veterans United Home Loan.
Veterans United paid off her home. She asked God about student loans. Student loans paid off. Okay. For being a veteran, from taking the right moves just when she turned 18 years old because of her village, and because of sometimes we need some naysayers too to push us into our destiny. Okay. Another show we'll have later on is just talking about how we notice a lot of kids are resilient that come from just a single parent home sometime or with a whole bunch of trauma in it. It's bad to say, but you got a lot of resilient people and it's not highlighted. But what we don't discuss is the trauma that pushed us into our destiny. Okay. And so I am sharing the link in the chat with you all so you can go and look at Regina's story and the celebration of, so you know how you be on GMA, and GMA she actually had her picture up on GMA. I told her she's a superstar now, so she had to be on this show today. All right. Because it's different when you're looking at the TV and you like, oh wow, but I actually know somebody
I
who,
called Lorene after leaving the field. My cousin had to bring me home because I couldn't take it. I was just done. I
yeah.
called Lorene. I said, Lorene, do you know? Not only did they pay, I said they donated money to the field, to the recreation center. They donated money to the team, $2,000. They donated money to each player, $100, and it's 30 players. And then my neighborhood, because they were filming here, my neighbors, everybody who was connected to me got something out of it, and I was just like, Lorene, and they paid off my house. Lorene was like, what?
My husband thought something really bad had happened. I don't know We had a shouting, praising party. Do you hear me? And still, I couldn't go to sleep like it was me. Who? I mean, come on. Who do you all know that somebody done paid off somebody's house just like that? Just like that. That you know. I ain't talking about we watching this on TV. Oh, I cried the TV. I was crying the whole veteran season. Every season. I just loved it to see them get them homes out. And I always said, Gina, you can have one of them homes too. And look, y'all, I know somebody who received one of them homes. Okay. I mean, well, not one of the homes, because she had actually, like I said, gone through the process. Had been
Closed on the house.
closed on the house. And then all of a sudden they paid for the house. Come on, Jesus.
Oh, and I got money from closing. And then
So, today again, we are discussing ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, but how you can become resilient through it. The thing is awareness, recognizing that we're dealing with some issues and we want to stop the cycle. We don't want our children, all that she went through. Y'all, since I've been knowing Gina has been one of those people who wants the best for her children. I watch her as a young mother. Okay. Y'all, I didn't have I didn't have my first biological child until I was 40. But I received my little sister. I was 37. Okay. So she's 38. I was 37 when I had my children, starting 37 up to actually have to take care of them in a home, have to provide, yes, I've worked in social work. I've worked in residential. Kids have always been my life, but it's different when you have to provide for your own child. And I have watched, or your own children. I have watched this young lady make it. Do you hear me? I'm always telling her and encouraging her and saying, girl, you are doing an awesome job. And when she's not doing awesome, I'm sticking it to her. Yeah. When I wrote my book, Gina was there I was like, girl, read this. And she was just amazed and but my thing is we've walked the journey together. And I am just like powwowed over how God has been using her and how resilient she has been and will continue to be. And I just want to encourage somebody else. One, tell your story. Share your story of resilience. Share it. Two, please, please, please donate to the Valerie A. Howard Resilience Scholarship. Again, y'all, I'm on here every Mondays and Fridays for the whole month of November. Now, if you got to take me into December, I'm going until we raise $25,000. $5,000 per student will receive the Valerie A. Howard Resilience Scholarship. These students, and if you know of students who are still interested, please, please, please have them to visit our website for more information who would like to apply for the scholarship. Okay? These students have to be students that are in their first year of college and they have lost a parent due to death, incarceration, mental health, or substance abuse. Okay? Mental health issues. All right? I know y'all know somebody. Because it's a lot of us. It's a lot of children. Okay? And if you've ever been that child who has dealt with ACEs, trauma. And again, I never leave this show without putting the ACEs test up for you to go and take the ACEs test. Check and see where your mental state is. Check it out. Yeah, I've been having a lot of people that's been contacting me saying, oh my gosh, I did not know what was wrong with me. I just thought, I didn't know what was wrong with the kids, because we got a lot of parents out here that's realizing now that, well, my kid is a product of me. All right. Yeah, I've had some sad stories that I watch the news. I'm a news watcher. And when we have children killing children, and I'm talking about friends, they had a 16-year-old today just shot his friend. Last week they had another 16-year-old. They so-called, and I'm saying quote friends, quote friends, but I'm talking about growing up. Last week, the friends got into an argument. 16 years old, and they thought they had squashed it. The next day, the friend came to the bus stop where the kids were and shot the friend that ate in their home. Come on, come on. We need to evaluate when kids are having issues because they're not having issues just because they came totally out the womb. Y'all heard what I said. They were in the womb with some issues. They came out into them same issues that were magnified because now they're in the atmosphere with it. And it's affecting their childhood. They're mean, they're angry. We got adults who go to work every day, teachers, counselors, preachers, uh, you name them. How Shirley said, you name it. We got productive adults that are out here in the system, but they had no help. The ambulance driver here had a car accident with a patient in the vehicle, drunk and high. They found a beer can in the ambulance. Y'all, I know he's dealing with some aces. We got to get help, and we got to share. We
So
have to share.
how do we deal with that when it comes to you know, is it just counseling or mentorship?
All of the above. Deborah always says this. My friend Deborah that was on Friday. She says, do whatever it takes to stay sober. Counseling, mentorship, the village, the hospital. You know, whatever we need. Like now I'm learning they're starting to build a lot of um, crisis departments. Like the jailhouse I heard today out in Cobb County, it has put it where they have a 24-hour mental health crisis in the jailhouse. Because you got to look, if you don't deal with their mental health issues in jail and you let them out, guess what they doing? Coming back into the community, not healed.
Yeah.
Raising kids that, it's not healed.
And it's a generational thing.
It's a generational thing. It's not hereditary. It's a learned behavior.
Mm-hmm. I remember you said that on your show on Friday, and I was talking to a friend about it yesterday, about that learned behavior thing. And I never even realized that was I knew it was a thing, but I didn't realize it was you really got to watch what you do, because sometimes I'll do something and I'm not realizing I'm doing it, and I expect my children not to do it either. But then when they do it, I'm looking like, hold on, why are you doing that? You know better. But they're learning it from me.
Yeah.
So that's why.
And they can't tell you.
Yeah.
This is a different generation though. They talk a lot, because mine quick to tell me, well, Mom, why you doing that when you just told me? And I look at him and I say, boy, back in the day, you had your teeth knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, instead of doing it that way, and I'm just keeping it real, y'all, because that's what happened. And because of that, we got messed up. You get what I'm saying? And so sometimes my son checks me on some stuff, me and Dad on some stuff, because it's like, well, you corrected me, but yet you just told me not to do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be cussing in the house all the time. and don't expect for my baby not to cuss.
What?
Especially when I homeschool. So I can't say where you get it from. Even though, they got social media and all that other stuff too. So that's what I'm blaming it on.
But parents are our child's first teacher.
Oh, Deborah has corrected me. It says do whatever she says, and I quote, do whatever it takes to remain sober. That's what she put over there in the chat, y'all. Yeah. Okay, so do whatever it takes to remain sober. Do whatever it takes to heal from ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. Do whatever it takes to remain resilient. Okay? Do whatever it takes. We can't say we don't know. That's why we're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Quit saying, I ain't know that. And y'all, there's a lot of people that don't know. I got friends every day. They say, man, Lorene, I ain't know about that. Mm-hmm. I said, I didn't either.
Yeah.
But when I found out about it, Gina, I tell you, I ran like the road runner.
Yeah, because I didn't know about it, and you were like, Gina, do this test. And I already knew I had issues, but I think I got like
yeah. And I learned. My cousin called me one day and she said, I have been searching for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to help our people. I don't know. I wrote the book, but my thing is where do I go from here? People run away from the title, Get Out, Training Your Children to Leave the Nest. But if you read it, you'll understand it's just training them up. Train them up. We ain't got to kick them out. Some people say, oh, culturally, we just kick our kids in the street. No, but one day they got to go. And when they go, let's have them right. Let's just have them right. So get the book, because y'all know every week I'm going to plug in Get Out, Training Your Children to Leave the Nest, which is my book. And next week, Friday, I'm going to have a picture of that book. Yes,
I think it's a balance. When you say putting them out or whatever, I always say it. I think I grew the most when I went away from home. And I always encourage my daughter, she's 15, she's in the 9th grade, she'll be leaving soon. You gotta go. Mm-hmm. She want to go, but it's not saying that I'm not going to help her. I'm not going to baby her. I'm not paying bills for her. Mm-hmm. None of that. I'm giving her the tools that she needs now in order to be a productive citizen of society. But I'm there just in case she fall, because my dad's still there for me. Me being
there too, and I'm 50 years old.
Yeah. So it's not saying you're going to leave your kid or whatever. No, it's not saying that, because a lot of people in the Black community, we do that. Oh, you got to go. And then they're starting from where you started from. No, we're preparing them while they're home, while they're babes, preparing them. So when they do leave, they'll know what to do. They know how to clean. They know how to make money. They know how to run a business and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because we're teaching that.
Because one of the things we're learning, again, even with the Valerie A. Howard Resilience Scholarship, Valerie left 2 teenagers with her husband. But that was a lot for a man to take on with these 2 daughters. You get what I'm saying? But because they had both trained them, they're doing well because they're being resilient, mm-hmm. In the midst of that. And so we never know when we're going to go. I'm 50 with a 9-year-old. My husband's 50 plus with a 9-year-old. So it's like we are training him now to be prepared for it all. Okay. So Jameer, hey, he says, push them to greatness and pushing them to exposure that changes their trajectory. Hashtag resilient. Yes, Jameer. Yes. Again, you all, I thank you. Our time is running, has ran, but thank God for this set that we're on, that we can go on. But again, SimLoH Dynasty, you all can visit our website at www.simlohdynasty.com or .org. Either one, you'll get there. I'm going to put that there. You can give us a call at 770-713-5532. Visit our website, but also, please give to the Valerie A. Howard Resilience Scholarship. And that scholarship comes from you, the villagers. And it will be going to 5 resilient first-year college students who have dealt with the loss of a parent due to death, incarceration, substance abuse, or mental abuse. Okay, mental issues. All right. I thank you all. And let me see, I have some information here. Also, Regina, put your information in the comments. Regina's going to share.
I think I did already. Just let me
Okay.
know if you could see it. I don't know because it says something different. It's not
Okay.
giving me the opportunity to
Okay. So you all can visit Regina also. And let me go to that. It's IG at Women Valor Group. Valor Group. IG at Women Valor Group. And on Facebook, or you can visit her website, which is Women of Valor Empowerment Group.com. Yeah, I got new glasses, so I'm trying to, you know how you got the focus at the bottom now. Yeah, turn 50, had to get some real glasses. No more readers. But again, give. And Gina, you're hitting in the private.
yeah, it's
You're
not
not
letting
doing
me do
private.
the comments. It
Oh, it's
is
not doing the comments. Okay. Well, you all reach out to us and I will get you the information. Okay. I thank you all so much. I thank you. And if you haven't gotten a chance to visit our website, again, I encourage you, if you have not gotten a chance to give, please give. Please give. And also, if you know of any students who have lost a parent due to death, incarceration, substance abuse, or mental health issues, I am asking that you please tell them about SimLoH Dynasty Inc. and the scholarship that we will be giving to 5 deserving students. They got to write their story, though. You got to write your story because you have shown yourself to be resilient. Again, I thank you all. I thank you, Regina.
Thank you, Lorraine.
And I will leave you all with this wonderful.
3 out of 5 adults across the USA had at least one adverse experience in their childhood, such as divorce, physical or emotional abuse, substance abuse, a parent incarcerated, or dealing with the death of a loved one. SimLoH Dynasty Inc. supports parents, children, youth, friends, communities, locally and globally, who struggle with ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. We offer parent mentorship, motivation, and network groups, while also partnering with others to provide ACEs awareness and preventive resources. SimLoH Dynasty Inc. will award a Valerie A. Howard Resilience Scholarship to students annually who have lost a parent or caregiver to substance abuse, mental health, death, or incarceration. However, we wouldn't be able to keep serving without important partners like you. Contact info at simlohdynasty.com and 770-713-5532.
Thank you all. Thank you all again. I appreciate you. I see you there, Jameer. I see you. Thank you, hon. I appreciate the shout out. I need the villagers to help bring their recipes, and we bring our recipes together. Okay. I don't know if you all can see Jameer's comment, but he says, and I think I can show that. He says, I have the recipe. So, Jameer, I need your recipes. Okay. Thank you all so much. Join us again on Friday, same time, 8:00 p.m. Eastern. Okay, Eastern. 8:00 p.m. Eastern, 7:00 Central. I love you all, and I thank you so much for joining us. Remember, share and give.